fellas, and welcome back to a new movie update. Let's start right away with Dark Skies the movie. Not the recent Dark Skies. Oh no, this is based on a TV series that was cancelled after one season. And yeah, let's just say that it's more of a campier version of X-Files. And this movie happened to have the same budget as one single episode of X-Files. Yeah, not much to share for. I would recommend you to stay out from this film because the plot is good, but it just doesn't make sense because unfortunately it's way too expensive of a plot to even up the fact that the movie doesn't have any money. Maybe just my opinions, but I recommend you to stay away from this film. Next up is a Danish movie directed by a Danish guy who I've never heard of before, Anders Morgenthaler, Princess. This is a Danish animated film, very beautiful animations, contra a very dark plot, very sinister plot, and it's about this priest taking care of his sister's kid, and the sister died, and the sister happened to be an ex-whore who was playing in different porn films. So the priest goes a bit crazy and started killing people who was involved with his sister's, porno thing, but everything goes a bit wrong, and that's when the downfall of this film, that things get a bit too twisted and weird. Other than that, it's a great movie, very dark and very beautiful made. I think the general audience have to watch this film because it's so important to check out these type of themes. Next is a film, or it's a TV series with 2 episodes called The Last Chapter. One reason why I bought this film is Michael Ironside, and that's the only reason. He had the main role of his film or TV series, and I just had to check it out. It was pretty cool, his acting was awesome, but the plot was non-existent. I didn't care about the plot, I didn't give a fuck about it. But Michael is the king in this TV series. Other than that, I was actually close to fall asleep a couple of times. Yes, and we continue on with Men in Black 3. Campy and a little bit silly, but the gags are pretty funny at times, and it's pretty, pretty much a good plot. It has a couple of plot holes, and but some of the gags are pretty well made, and I like the plot of the film, and what else? The action is pretty cool too, and you get what you need, and you get what you want, even though the ending was dreadful, and the main villain was a nightmare to look at. Oh crap, he was a... I mean, who came up with this shit? It was very bad. But, the good parts counter the bad parts, and in the end, it's actually a pretty entertaining film. Not as good as the first movie, but way better than the sequel. This is gonna be the worst rating of this video. The Serpent and the Rainbow. Great visual effects, and Wes Craven is really good at making visual effects and making, mysteries, but this time it becomes too much of a blur. The only time I closed my eyes was when Miss Tarantella was placed in a tomb, and a man in a grave, and, I don't like Tarantella, so that was the reason why I had to close my eyes. Other than that, it's not that creepy. A couple of times it is, but, it just doesn't work for some reason, and it's... Yeah, I can't just put my finger on it, but it just doesn't work. I don't mind Voodoo and stuff, but it just felt so weird watching this movie. I don't recommend it. I'm not a big fan of Steven Spielberg, but The Duel is a great film. According to me, it's even better than Jaws, because I'm not a big fan of Jaws. But The Duel is great, his first original film that he made. And I just love the fact that it's so much paranoia. You never get to see the driver behind the truck, and that is the kind of stuff I love. And I love the fact that they can make everything so exciting throughout the whole film. The ending was a bit slow, but it really works anyways, This is his main movie, the first film he actually did, and it's not bad at all. Next is a film that you guys have already heard about, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways. Silence of the Lambs. I've never seen the movie until now. And yes, that is pretty much impossible, I know. But this is a really creepy film. It's one of the films I saw on Halloween, and I really recommend it for you guys, in case you haven't seen it already. But watch it whenever you feel for it, and you will be stunned by it. I know that everybody talks about Anthony Hopkins this, Anthony Hopkins that, and almost everyone has already seen his particular scenes within the film. But, you know, the killer, I don't remember his name, Ted Levine, who plays the main killer of the film, wow, he is a killer, pun intended. He's really good as Buffalo Bill in this movie, a really creepy psycho, who, according to me, needs some more attention because of his great presentation. Next up, the last one of this update is the movie I saw on Halloween, Zombie Flesh Eaters. This is actually just called Zombie, but it's the same movie as Zombie Flesh Eaters. You know, you really get the feeling that this is a post-apocalyptic story that takes place with days before everything goes like shit. But what I like about the movie is that they keep everything some mysteries. We never really get to understand why the zombies come, but we do know that they rise from the grave and kill people. And the scary-ass theme soundtrack is haunting. It's really good. One of the greatest soundtracks for a zombie film I've ever heard. You know, I just love Italian films, and Italian horror films is not an exception when it comes down to, zombies. So, I haven't seen too many films by Lucio Fulci. This is actually the first film I've seen. I'm not even sure how to spell his name. But it's damn delicious and gory, and the eye-piercing scene, oh my god. Oh, that is, you know, I've seen it on YouTube a plenty of times, but when I saw it in this film, I was like, ugh, because I knew it was gonna come. It's actually very, very gut-wrenching. Pretty cool, campy as always, but, you know, entertaining, and it worked out great on the Halloween night. Before you guys go, I just want to tell you guys about what movie I'm gonna review next time. It's a movie I hopefully will see today, Manborg. This is a science fiction geeky tribute to the 80s and 90s with, you know, computer animations that look very campy, but still some great stop motion. Oh my god, I'm gonna look forward to this film. It's gonna be like Mortal Kombat, but, you know, a very short film. I look forward to this movie so much, I just can't explain it to you guys. Yeah, well, that's about it. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.